Hello, dear friends. I'm glad to welcome you to the channel of the Institute of Psychology and Creativity in one of the brightest creative schools of neuroart. My name is Olga Tsikhiseli, and today I will be your speaker, your guide not only into the world of creativity, not only into the world of neurography and neuroart, but also, of course, into the world of the direction that we started together on January 9th. Together with Pavel Mikhailovich and supported by each speaker. And this is a very interesting, bright direction that resonates with each of us in one way or another. The theme of angels, the theme of light, the theme of creativity, strength, and prosperity. Each of the speakers tries to reveal the topic that has chosen them. And I say, it's no coincidence that it chose them, because that's how it happens, at least for me. And before we start drawing today, before we dive into these energies and themes, I would like to introduce myself. I am familiar with some of you. And when I look at the chat, I see those people I know. I see students with whom I studied training at the Institute of Psychology and Creativity. I see students whom I taught at the Institute of Psychology and Creativity. So let's get to know those we haven't met yet. My name is Olga Tsikhiseli. And of course, I am a neurography instructor, a neuromaster, a neuroartist. But besides all this, I'm also a specialist in neurostructuring. I am a person who studies neuropedagogy and neurodesign at the Institute of Psychology and Creativity. And besides these directions, I am also a teacher at the Institute of Psychology and Creativity for the Digital NeuroArt course. And of course, in order for each of us to create some amazing picture of strength today, so that we can create a neurographic drawing that will help each of us, each speaker has their own competencies. Each speaker has their own special strength. And when I got the topic Angel of Strength, I accepted it with joy and gratitude. And before coming to you, before any drawing is open, each of the speakers dives into their topic, immersing themselves to understand what meanings come through it, what meanings each of us can convey. Friends, and the most important thing for our drawing today to be comfortable and beneficial for each of us is that I will be able to see the chat. The chat is open for me right now, today on the YouTube platform. Of course, we have wonderful fairies. The fairies are the girls who are the administrators, who are the organizers, and they see all your messages, all your questions. And on other platforms, this broadcast is happening not only on YouTube, but also on VK and in the Telegram channel. And each of you can write a message. And I, along with the organizers, will be happy to answer it. But of course, since our broadcast is live, our communication may be slightly delayed. So if you have any questions, just write them down. During the drawing process, I will definitely see them and read them. And of course, we have communication channels that our organizers, I'm sure, will be happy to share with you. In these channels, you can share not just with your questions, not just with the information you have, but also a lot more. I hope that you will send your works and share your angels. And in these albums that we store on vContact, there are already a huge number of wonderful, bright ones, angels. Those that you drew with Pavel Mikhailovich, those you drew with Alexandra, with Olga. You will be drawing today with me and with other speakers who will follow. Each of us will try to help you, not only understand the topic, but also share some of our artistic secrets, our thoughts on this subject, and some practices that will be useful for each of you. And of course, we will be waiting for your feedback. So, my friends, while we still have literally a couple of welcoming minutes to get to know each other, I told you about myself, some of whom I know, some of whom I don't. Please write in the chat, right from the very beginning, from this Sunday morning, charge it with your energy. You know that neurography is aesthetic coaching and neurodesign is analytical coaching. But the most important thing, both there and here, is the thought. Thought is the energy with which we approach our work. with Pavel Mikhailovich, at the first open class dedicated to drawing angels, he said, "A very good and correct thought, that the most important thing is the meanings we fill our work with, that mental energy with which we charge them. Markers and pencils are tools, and it depends on how much you, with love, with attention, with your soulful, that energy, you approach the drawing. The quality of it depends on that. Of course, we all strive to get the wow effect. We all strive, find that special touch of yours, make your work beautiful for yourself and for the audience. But if it doesn't contain our mental energy, if it doesn't carry meanings, it will just remain beautiful with the painting. And of course, each of us, I'm sure, those who draw neuro, it doesn't matter. Neuro art, neurography, does it analyze structures? In neurostructuring together with the masters, neurodesign. Each of us, as people of the world, comes in with our own meanings, comes in with deep processing. How can we combine this with angelic lightness? How can we combine this with those light Sunday festive drawings? I hope I can do it today. I see the chat. I see how many of us there are. Amazing people. It's so nice to see familiar faces while you write where you're from. Who are you? I will be happy to get to know each of you, and I will be glad to answer each of you. Well, for now, let's communicate with each other during the process of working. Let our creativity, let our pencils and markers speak with us today. Let them be eloquent. So, friends, I'm going to switch to my working camera. Please let me know how well you can see and hear me. I'll keep the chat in front of me so I can see you and enjoy watching what you write. I'll try to give feedback. In the meantime, pay attention. Today I have this color palette of my little ones. As I affectionately call them, these are the pencils and markers that today will be my main ones. Helpers. As you can see, I have enough. This is, a bright color scheme. The drawing will be quite rich. And of course, in order to reflect such a deep, powerful theme as the Angel of Power, I decided to use these shades. Friends, thank you very much for giving feedback, which is clearly visible and clearly audible. Thank you so much. Because, I always say, it's nice for every speaker to see those little lights. It's nice for every speaker to get feedback so they can understand if they're heading in the right direction and if everything is clear and accessible. So, today we won't be writing 20 words in 2 minutes. If you go into this practice, once again, I definitely recommend that you stick to this rule, even if it's festive drawing, even if you're stepping into the realm of neuroart. Believe me, activating the dominant is never a good idea. This state, when you energize your neurons, is never unnecessary. So where should I start? I'll choose the shade of red that resonates with me the most. Why do I say shade? Because there are warmer tones. There are those that go towards orange. There are those that go closer to purple. So please choose the one that resonates with you right now. I settled on a cooler shade of red. And before I start working, I won't have 20 words in 2 minutes. I won't elaborate on the topic. It's clear enough. It's the Angel of Strength. But I want to suggest that you get into the right mindset. It's always very important to feel a special mood for the process that will take place. Smooth the sheet of paper with your hands. Feel its surface. What is it like? Smooth, rough. Is your surface cool? Or does it perhaps feel warm to you right now? In neurography there's a wonderful rule where we track our reflection through 4 points of focus. And now I suggest you tune into your body. Place your feet flat on the floor. Close your eyes for a second, for a couple of seconds. And say thank you. Say words of gratitude for being alive. Smooth the sheet with your hands once more, and then bring your hands to your heart. Do you feel it beating? Do you feel that you are alive? And this is your most important resource. Breathe, align your state. As soon as you feel your heart, we won't count the beats for long. We won't meditate. But we just need this moment of understanding. I am here, I exist, I can. If I am alive, if I am capable of doing something, then I must do it. Angel of strength, I invite you now, after you've taken a breath and found a comfortable position, to look for a hint for yourself. A hint in your very image, a hint in your very work. But where am I here? We are used to the idea that when we draw angels, they seem to appear to us. We are waiting for them from the heavens. But you know, as I was preparing for this session, for our meeting, I realized that the angel of strength is always within. So I suggest you find the center of the sheet. Mentally divide your sheet, please, as if into quadrants. Since we are used to doing this in neurography and neurodesign, and find a small circle somewhere in the center. I express it quite vividly. Here, I'm definitely not afraid to make my pencil bold, confident, vibrant, and daring, and expressive. Let me dim the brightness a little. The screen. Brightness. Like this. So that we can see better. So I'm expressing my circle. You can immediately neurograph the circle of yourself. Trace the pencil along this circle. Look at what size it is. Does this size work for you? That's you. You are here right now. I am here right now. I ask myself, how can I meet the angel? Strength? And what is strength, anyway? What are we talking about today? What fills us up? Friends, write in the chat, what does strength mean to you? How do you imagine your own one? Angel. What should be in him so that he can truly be a helper in our understanding? I understand that strength always lies within me, in what God has given. I don't need to earn this. I don't need to ask for it. This is what God gives to each of us as soon as the spark of life is born within us. That's when I asked you to feel your heart, to feel alive. That was very important. I want to draw an eye in the center of this circle. The eye is a symbol. The eye is just a reminder that I see myself. Let me bring it a little closer so that we don't need the entire space of the page right now. Let's figure out how to express this eye. I first outline an arc from edge to edge. The upper arc. Of course, we won't go through the anatomical structure of the eye right now. This is a drawing for beginners so that it's easy to depict what we want. Look, I've drawn the upper eyelid. I simply draw an arc for the lower one. And as if I'm hiding it under the upper one. It just so happens that anatomically, by nature, we are given by God that the lower eyelid goes under the upper one. On one side, I highlight this tear duct, this fleshy little pouch. I'm rounding it off. Here, I'm gently bringing out the lower eyelid under the upper one. I'm revealing the fold. You don't need to be a great artist here. And for now, I'm not asking the angel to manifest, no. I always start with myself. Angels always manifest. They are always with us, speaking But unfortunately, sometimes we find ourselves in a state where we just can't see or hear them. And I start with myself. I open my eyes. Now I want to outline the inner, the iris part, but notice that I'm not drawing the whole circle. So I slightly bring the upper part under the upper eyelid so that it's a little, hidden, and I leave a little space at the bottom. I don't leave a huge, just a small space. Every time I draw with the pencil on the paper, I ask myself, do I see myself right now? Do I understand myself right now? I'm showing the pupil. I don't make it huge. I don't make it small, just something medium. It almost reaches the upper eyelid. And right at this stage, I'm going to give it some volume. Give myself some weight. I understand that, of course, I can go and wait for the divine to manifest, wait for a miracle. But we are talking about the angel of strength. Everyone has their own strength. But we all understand it, as some kind of inner potential, as an inner support, as a powerful external energy, but one that is capable of changing something. Of course, I can wait for it to come from the outside. But as I already said, I ask myself this question: what do I need to feel strong? What do I need for that? I see your responses, that you are writing, that Lyudmila writes that confidence and harmony are in this angel. Yes, I agree with you, it's confidence. And right now, first of all, when I have expressed myself, I want to think, pray, and reach out to my angels. To reach out to my angel of strength and say that I am ready. I am ready to take action. I am ready to take responsibility. I lightly trace neurographic lines in the shape of an eye. I can even use red at this stage. Don't be afraid that this red color will come off as aggressive. No, absolutely not. I will remember a little bit. This is the spot where our pupil is, to already give myself a bit of that human touch in the image. I'm going through a new round, a little more than what I had. I'm not going all out, just so you know. And again, I speak mentally. My angel. I thank you for the fact that I don't need to call on you. You are always with me. I need to slow down a bit. I need to become a little quieter in order to hear your voice, to hear the rustle of your wings. You are always greater than I am, and you are always ready to come to my aid. You are always near. I know this. I feel it. I'm sorry that I don't always remember it. But I love you. I thank you, and I very gratefully accept your help. Look, we have several circles. And if we remember the mandala, it's exactly like this, that energy spreads out in circles, meaning spread out, waves. And now when I'm ready, when I said that I'm here, I see, if you feel that the vibration is much stronger, walk along a more active neural line, bring this circle to life. And I direct my thoughts, meaning this intention is to act in all four directions. I say, angel, I see you. My angels of strength. I see you, I greet you. And feel how it flows out from you. This confidence, this knowledge without explanations, that the angel is always nearby. They don't go anywhere, they don't leave. They don't need to appear, to descend from the heavens. They are within you. They are embedded in you. And right now at this stage, I understand that my angel is responding to me and gives me my keys of strength. I'm now manifesting, starting from the top, a movement to the side. I'm outlining like, a small key. I'm thickening. this line. She's a bit spoiled with me. It's not neurographic yet, but it's not very clear. I'm expressing it a bit more densely, like this little key. The base of the key is always here. And the first key, and someone wrote to me, love. Natalia Perevoschikova wrote that, yes, strength is love. And I say, yes, thank you. Our angels guide us through the people who are around us. And the first key to my strength is love. Love of life, love. Love for God, love for my family. I say, thank you, my angel, for my first key to strength. And that is love. You can sign it if you want. You can just remember it in moving on. And again, I direct in this direction. I'm sketching out the little key. If there are those among you who love symbols of the ancient Slavs, those who are interested in this topic, native symbols, amulets, then you can probably already read, what answer does the angel give me? That is manifested in this symbol. I receive the second key to strength. So what is this key? Asking yourself, you might wonder, what is this key? Which my angel gives me? What key unlocks my strength? And for me, it's my ancestry. My heavenly ancestry, my earthly ancestry, my family. When I'm feeling good, I go to my family. When I'm feeling down, I turn to my family. When I'm feeling good, my family is close by. And when I'm struggling, all my ancestry, both heavenly and earthly, is with me. I express the third key to strength. With the help of the angel, with the help of the thoughts that come to you, the words that are written to you. And this strength is the gifts that God bestowed upon me at birth. What He gave me, what I have no right to hide. What I am, I must develop within myself. It's my duty, my responsibility. Before the light that manifests through each of us, it also manifests through me. This is creativity. The ability to create something beautiful. I am grateful for this. That's where my strength lies. I'm moving onto the fourth key. I express it. I ask, what is this key? Ask yourself, what is your fourth key? And I understand that for me, it's the power of gratitude for life. Each of us goes through some tough moments. There are no people for whom everything is easy and wonderful all the time. Each of us goes through something. And this key is the energy of gratitude that lives within me. I am grateful for everything that has been, for everything that is, for everything that will be. And this key is my strength. You can now go through the neurographic lines, bring these keys to life, and release the energy, as if, outwards, beyond the limits. I'm about to step into a real scale now. I see now that I have a little, how the center would change, but I'm happy about it because I feel that a dynamic is being set, movement is being established, and I accept this with joy and gratitude. I release this energy outwards. And the first thing I mentioned is love. I am grateful for life. From this upper part around the key, across the width of the first circle, I'm showing two lines like this. They remind me of something, the DNA spiral. This is my lineage, heavenly. I speak with love. I say thank you. I thank you, my heavenly lineage, for the fact that I am a part of you, for allowing me to be a part of the strength. I don't need to wait for her. I don't need to search for her. I just need to open up. Believe me, the key is always there. There is always a way out. It's not always what we want. It's not always bright, beautiful, like vanilla white, fluffy. But the key is there. The way out is there. And only we choose our state. Only we choose what we will do. I'm starting the neurographic lines right away. I'm bringing the lines of Piskarev to life, every single curve of this. DNA which reaches out to God, which reaches out to my great, bright heavenly protector. I feel how these lines are gaining vibration. They are enough. You know, it's so dynamic, whether it's the red color or this message. Either your support is maximizing this energy upwards. Thank you. I see you. This is your place. This is my place. Next, I'm manifesting similar lines like DNA spirals downwards. This is my earthly family, my ancestors, my grandmothers, grandfathers, those who are no longer around. These are the people who are with us every day, whom we sometimes take for granted, their love and care. And you should start with yourself. Ask yourself, are you always grateful? Do you always express your power of gratitude, your power of love, so that it fills you up? I walk through these wings that are forming. I release them. You know, as I talk to you, I have tears in my eyes. But these tears, you know, it's not that I'm overwhelmed. It's not that I'm maybe feeling anxious or in a state of excitement. Sometimes I feel sorry that I forget about the great gift that has been given to each of us. God, about what He has given me, that I start looking for strength from the outside, when it is always there. It manifests in our loved ones, in our relatives, in our teachers, who come to us only when we are ready, only when we internally express our confidence, our desire, our intention to learn, create, and grow. And then great people come into our lives. We also need to see them. We need to thank them. We need to remember them. Because sooner or later, we will have the potential, even if not right now, to become that great person for someone else. And the least we can do is to continue carrying this light that our parents gave us, that our ancestors gave us, that our heavenly guardians and teachers gave us, and to carry it forward. Friends, if you agree with this message, please let me know what's happening with you. Is your inner vision unfolding, just like your keys are unfolding? Strength? And so, when I received my wings, supporting me and carrying me to my heavenly guardians, to God. When I received my wings, always supporting me from my lineage, from my roots, I understand that my own are unfolding. I don't need them to be huge. I just need to know, to understand that they are there, and that at any moment in my life, I will be able to spread them out the way I need to. Of my life, I will be able to spread them out the way I need to. You know, there is a concept in neurography that the plane of the paper has no boundaries. There are no boundaries, not just on the surface of the paper. There are no boundaries, our strength. And you know, it's important to understand that we need to use IT for good. We need to use IT with wisdom, with love, with light. And before I fully spread my wings, before I step out on a larger scale, I can take an A3 sheet. I can take the lower sheets, unfold them and say, why not? Why not? I can grow my wings. Imagine stepping out on any scale. I can scale up to the maximum. I can manifest the world and entire worlds through this power of mine. And my task today, you know, is not to just tell you to draw, and it will be beautiful for you. You can do everything, you can do it. You need to remember, you need to open your eyes, and you need to feel strength. Make a promise to yourself to create. Make a promise not to sleep through this life, to dance it. Draw it, sing it, clean it. If you want, anything at all. Whatever you do every day, do it beautifully, creatively. And you see, in this conversation with you, I've already stepped out on a larger scale, and I realize that I can't help but spread them out. I'm not going to lay down the sheets right now. I say, Lord, thank you for the opportunities I have, and I see them. I spread my wings and say that they extend far. And even now in this conversation with you, in this energy that we are creating together online, my gifts are already manifesting. My strength is already. It manifests the possibilities that exist. They are always there. It's, like waves. We always say, oh, it's some kind of miracle, some esotericism, something incredible. Friends, this is physics, this is science. Just because we don't see the waves that carry information to our smartphones, it doesn't mean they're not there. If we showed our phone today, such a mundane, simple one, to people 50 years ago, they would be amazed and say, oh my God, the future has arrived. This is a miracle. Imagine if we showed this 100, 200 years ago. These are the waves that they spread from our thoughts, the waves that come from our voice. They have power. Good day. Can we not draw in the center of the circle of ourselves? Of course, you can draw any symbol. There is something very good. Rule. One of my favorite rules, which I don't want to break at all. The subject is more important than the object. I'm just going to take a second. Thank you so much for this question. Let me show it like this. I'll take a moment to step away, but this won't affect anything. On the quality of our work today, on what we are doing together, look, any composition of your power should be revealed to you. For me, it is a view of myself. And of course, along with this, I support the energy of familiar symbols, because that's my strength. I support the energy of the angelic order that reveals itself to me, and along with my intention, the 6-winged seraphim is revealed. The image is fulfilled, let it be mine. If your other strength is revealed to you, let's try this. You can also set the circle of yourself. And you can reveal your heart about what you write. This is wonderful, because the fact that birds, happiness, fish, death, there is such a children's saying, but it is very accurate. And what may be a symbol of strength for one person may trigger another. That's okay. Ask that resonates with you. Maybe it's a heart, maybe it's a star. As you wish. And now, based on this, try to open up in all 4 directions. Perhaps the topic of keys doesn't resonate with you. Everything has its place. Each of us is special. Each of us is unique. You can go your own way with your own meanings. To see the essence of what you are drawing, this is what matters most. Understand that you are not blindly following someone, some of the most wonderful, talented, or the best speaker in the world, or the best teacher in the world. But this resonates with you. So I thank you for your question. He is very relevant. Reveal at the center that essence of yourself that you want, and spread your wings the way you like. Here I showed that it could be a heart or maybe a star inside. Your wings can be different. The main thing is don't lose your essence. I'm continuing to move forward with my drawing. If you're drawing along with me, let's keep going. My pencil needs a little sharpening. You see, when I filled my composition with energy, I'll go over all the shapes once again. Of course, it's definitely important to round and connect, because we need to remember the safety techniques that should be followed while drawing. These are the kinds of worldviews, neurography, neurodesign, if you're studying it. We always talk about not harming with the drawings we create. We are raising a very high level of energy. I want to keep the red color for myself. For me, it feels protective. For me, it's like, ancient Slavic embroidery stitched on linen on a white canvas. These little verses that I'm now, like an ancient guardian, manifesting on paper. These are my thoughts, my conversation, a prayer to my angel, to my guardian angel, my angel of strength. I see how these lines fill everything around, filling the space of the sheet. Here Galina writes that she always cries while drawing with me. Galina. I cry with them today as well. I cry from the grace of this understanding that I am happy to be alive. Believe me, sometimes we wait so much for a miracle, we say, Lord, give me a miracle, give me a miracle. Recently, while drawing, also with our teachers from the Institute of Psychology and Creativity, with the wonderful Elena Saidajimaya, with Olga Nikolayenko, we talked about the practice that Tatiana Chernigovskaya shared. Maybe there are another author who introduced this practice to the world. These are 3 miracles. Each of us experiences at least 3 miracles a day, and you try to find them. Something happens in your life and you say, Lord, what a miracle. What a wonderful dawn, Lord. How good it is. What a miracle to see. What a miracle that I can see, I can draw, I can hear. I have a voice, I can speak with you. I have the opportunity to see this world, to create it with my own hands. And this is my strength. What is your strength? Manifest this in the neural pathways. Manifest it in the message that you embed in them. You know, I really want to leave the key figures clear, like in neurostructuring. I'll go over them a bit. For now, it's a pencil, then I will take a marker and a liner for help. I will express this more clearly, but right now, this isn't quite satisfying. As I gradually neurograph, I bring figures into the field, paying attention, and am I using all the resources that are available to me? Do I see them? Am I tying them to myself? Speaking to myself, I say thank you. That I not only saw them, but I realized my power to take them for myself. Yes, I see that you heard me, and I thank you. Thank you for the feedback. Tatiana is asking, what is the meaning behind drawing circles? I was talking about how, when our keys are revealed, when we manifest them, that's when we start to notice the resources around us. Maybe there will be resources in your circle that manifest, or maybe these are gifts that you receive or will receive when you make the most of your strength. I always talk about the meanings that I recommend to embed, the ones I embed myself. But it's only you who decides what meaning to give to each circle in your work. Here, of course, the subject is more important than the object. And what's important here is that we are now assigning meanings in a way that works for us. I recommend that you listen carefully and first see the opportunities, see the resources that are manifesting, and only then connect them to yourself and take them for yourself. I got goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps too, Lana. From a distance, just imagine this wave of color, a wave of color, energy, vibrations, voices, our thoughts, all of this makes sense. For now, I'm staying in monochrome, my red, a rather cool color, and I will gradually fill the work with other shades. My friends, we had wonderful speakers before me, and wonderful speakers will speak after me. Each of them shares the secrets of adding color and volume. Of course, I will also try to share with you some tips, some of my art hacks, as Pavel Mikhailovich says, some drawing secrets that everyone has. But the most important thing is feel what you want. And then the simplest sketch will work 1,000,000 times brighter for you. Of course, if you enhance your work with techniques, transitions, and light and shadow, it will always be a plus. Look at what I'm doing right now. Working with the same color, I start by archetyping with it. Gradually, I'm bringing out the volume, I'm revealing the tone, and building up the shadows. Many are afraid of darkness in their work. Many are afraid of shadows when they draw something good, something bright, but only in contrast. From light to darkness, we can notice light. We can't see the light, understand its essence if we don't shade it. And here I am now starting to go through the same color around my main circle, around this one, the figure of a circle, which symbolizes for me a bundle. Here are these keys under the lower eyelid. If you have a bright red, and if it leans towards a warm shade, we will need to find a color that we can use to shade it. Let's also set the work aside for a second. I'll go back to this practice sheet and look at what I want to show you right now, so that when we move on to color, you'll feel comfortable working and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I have a red, cold, and this red I have is warm. You see, when they are next to each other, I'll bring the screen a little closer. When they are next to each other, it's really clear and noticeable. And if you're working with a warmer color, I recommend shading it, moving into warmer shades and warmer shadows. I have a cool red. Watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to take shades of purple. And where they mix, I'll get a transition like this. I'll be getting a transition to wisdom. I will tell myself that this is my passion that has come into my work and wisdom. The skies create a beautiful connection. To use as a contrast for them, for these combinations, I will use yellow shades. I apply them next to each other and recommend them to you somewhere on a piece of paper and try to choose. The shade of yellow that you need today could be a warmer yellow or a cooler one. You can see they are different too. I will try not to apply yellow on purple, but to pass it next to it. Even if these colors mix, I will get a shadow. These are the transitions that I'll be using. I want to fill it with color and light. If you have a warmer red, try to find a shade of purple that you have. I'm sure you have a big collection of pencils. That's why I've limited my palette today. I can also use purple, mixing it, but the shadow will fade into a brownish shade. You can take this as a connection to the earth, a connection to your roots, a connection to your feminine essence. You see, this is how to transition softly, and I will also try to use the shades that I need here. You might want to transition from a warm red to a brownish shade if that resonates with you. Remember the icons of Rublev, the Rublev Trinity. What noble tones can be found there? And find the answer for yourself. What color here will help you convey the deep shadow? Don't go too deep into darkness. It's important for us to convey that support of the light shadow that we have. I still recommend finding the right shade of purple, either leaning more towards the snapshot or leaning more towards blue. You see, this is a cool color. Here, give it a try. I always recommend keeping a sheet nearby for your notes, for your thoughts, and for the thoughts of your pencils, so they can help you. I asked to manifest. I got a little distracted just now. I'm moving on to my work so that I can get everything done. But today I've set myself the main task after all. To give you a sense of this energy, a message with which I would really like to continue the interaction. And only then, I'm going to switch to color. You know, to be honest, I'm really happy with monochrome. I love black and white monochrome. I love it in red, in blue, in any tones. And this is not some kind of forced measure. It is my choice as an artist to focus on form, to focus on meaning, to interact with it right now. If you feel that you want to, try living in these energies. The colors red and Krasnaya were also chosen for a reason. You know, we all reach out to God. We reach for the higher light. We talk about spirituality. We often forget about our bodies so much that sometimes, to feel our strength, it's as simple as needing a good night's sleep. Not for nothing. I started with myself. It's not by chance that I started with the roots, with the root chakra. If you want, if the chakra colors resonate with you, with the protective color of our ancestors, of my Slavic ancestors. Of course, when I say ancestors, I realize that, imagine if I live now in the 21st century, how many generations? My lineage contains the creation of the world. How many amazing things are contained? It's in my DNA. Here it is, manifested in these wings. It doesn't go anywhere. The light is always within us. The strength is always within us. God doesn't go anywhere. You don't need to search for it. Open your heart, open your eyes, open your mind. Just look. You always have resources. In your current problem, in your pain, you have a resource. In your weakness, there is your strength. In those people who annoy you, there's a trigger for what's trendy. Right now, the word is also your strength. The world of mirrors, but it gradually gives us a reflection, just like our broadcast today. He's coming. I'm drawing live, you're watching live, but there's a slight delay. And on a universal scale, this broadcast has a bit more delay. But believe me, yourself will always find you. Yourself will always reflect you. You will always be shown. You will always be taught. They will always support you when you need it. When you are ready, your teachers will come. When you are ready, the partner will come. And the strength, yes, everything you want. You have everything. You need to reach out and have the determination to have. Then you see, it's such a tautology. My inner philologist is crying. A philologist by education. To have. But nevertheless, you can't take the words out of a song. To have something, you need to take action. At the very least, start with yourself. At the very least, start with your heart. From your inner perspective, from some... Yes, in the end, to put my thoughts in order and say, what do I really want? So, why am I doing all this? Why do I draw? To express something of my own inner state. I want to have, based on the outcome, the kind of person I want to be. As a result, you see that I have a limited color palette. And these little crayons, the short ones, for children's creativity, are often asked about by me. What do you draw with the simplest crayons? For children's creativity, they are often quite soft and comfortable for little hands. And no. The most important thing is what will actually remain after your work. And if it doesn't turn out right the first time, tell yourself, how interesting. Thank you, my angel, for giving me the opportunity to interact with this inner strength of mine. Thank you, my dear, my wonderful one, for giving me this gift. A wonderful, amazing gift. To have the ability to see, hear, and think. I mentioned when I shared the announcement, I was recalling Paustovsky and his work, The Four. To have that determination to think, because the culture of Nera is primarily about meanings. First of all, it's about what we are doing, where we are going, and why I am drawing this. Sometimes I just need to draw for the soul. Here are even some scribbles on the paper. This also has its place. I am a living person. I can be anyone. I can be a wonderful, talented artist. I can be an insecure girl who wants to be held. Well, what can you do now? That's also my special strength. The fact that I am a woman is a strength, even in my weakness. And I understand this. I accept it. I walk into this strength with gratitude. Think about what your strength is about. What are you talking about today? Is your meaning? Live with these energies. Spend some time with them. Enjoy it all. That's happening in your life. The most important thing, we are with you, said the structure. I'm going to pull the camera back a bit so you can see the whole image. I noticed that my whole angel seems to be moving. I really like this. And right now, as I archetype, notice that I'm not making beautiful transitions, exciting to the eye and pleasing to us. I'm currently filling it in completely, like with a highlighter. I'm archetyping, bringing meanings together. There is great power in this. Think about the basic algorithm that we rely on in this skeleton. There is meaning in it. How we move step by step. And right now, it's important for me to channel this power, this energy that comes from my angel of strength. It can't be transparent for me because it has manifested. It can't be weightless for me because it gives me the strength and confidence to act. Of course, I will love it. To love it more, as our speakers say, as we all say. I need to love my drawing more. But believe me, I'm already gaining that strength. I'm already heading there, where I need to go. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. I see your messages. Thank you, friends. I really want to respond to each of you, and I will definitely do so. Later, when I read your messages and look at your works, believe me, I will try to give hints and feedback on each drawing that you share through the links that our magical fairies of the broadcast will send you now. In the drawings, I will try to help if it's needed. I'll try to give hints if that's needed. And of course, I will just enjoy it. You know, while I have a couple of minutes. I see blue here, the color. I can really see it, and my soul is asking to express it. Even this mint color, think about what else you want to add here, what you want to express here. I'm asking with these light rays, the glow of blue in the background. You see, at first I wanted to create a monochrome, but now I realize, no, the light, I want this fullness of grace. God, friends, I'm interacting with the drawing. Of course, I will share photos of the process with you because I know it's really interesting to see what happens next, what's coming up. Each of us artists, when we visit another artist, we want to find some kind of resonance for ourselves, like what happened there? And how does he do it? I will share photos of the process and show you the results. Let's create our beautiful world together. Here, I really want to express strength, power. My angel is not in the dark. My angel. It's as if crimson and turquoise merge in him. And this combination gives birth to festivity. It brings joy to the soul. My strength is directed towards the light. My creativity is directed towards the light. I am grateful for the opportunity and God and the people who show up, and teachers and parents and family, everyone. What we are, what we do it for something, thanks to someone and something. It's so important here. It's so important to be in the field of like-minded people, co-creators, and create beauty together. Friends, I have literally 2 minutes left. I will, of course, come to you face to face for these 2 minutes. While I share my thoughts, which I hope are wise, I express. For now, I want to share the state that I have in my heart, in my soul. I want to express my words of gratitude, because without the people who come to the broadcast, without the viewers, it would all be meaningless. I will show your turquoise, your heavenly light azure. And for now, I will come to you face to face and enjoy looking at the chat. Thank you for the kind words. Friends, you see, there are even tears in my eyes. And, as I already said, these are tears of gratitude, tears, joy. And you know, when you are happy, Never forget to say the words that are in your heart. We often voice the bad events in our lives, and they draw strength. Let's express our good thoughts, positive ideas more often, through our voices, through our drawings, our creativity, and our actions. And of course, as an art coach, as an aesthetic coach, an analytical coach, I want to ask you, what can you do right now to help your angel of strength? Angels also need help. What key are you using today? Make sure to use at least one of them, if not all four. Show your strength right after the broadcast. Perhaps there are those you would want to call, write to, or do something for. It's not enough just to draw. Believe me, the angels are waiting for our actions. Drawing is a method. Neurography is an amazing, powerful method for supporting your projects, your life. And you need to work in order to achieve good results. Let your angel of strength manifest through you. They are always there. Open your heart, open your eyes. And of course, each of us, the speakers, the teachers, will be happy to support you. At this beginning, I will be happy to guide you by the hand and share what he has. I embrace you warmly, thank you. And may this Sunday be special for you. Find your 4 keys, find your 3 wonders and share them. I embrace you warmly. You were drawing with Olga Tsikhiseli at the Institute of Psychology and Creativity.